the 1990 season, he came back wiser. The team is harmonious. Prost has gone out of McLaren to Ferrari, and Senna is in a perfect position to compete for the title.
Todos os pilotos andam no seu limite. O meu limite é diferente do Prost. Essa acho que é a grande realidade. E ao invés de ele procurar melhorar sobre si mesmo, ele achou mais fácil, mais cômodo atacar.
Ayrton has a small problem. He thinks that he can't kill himself because he believes in God and things like this, and I think that's very dangerous for the other drivers.
O fato de eu acreditar em Deus, o fato de eu ter fé em Deus, não quer dizer que eu seja imortal, não quer dizer que eu seja imune. Eu, como vem sendo divulgado, eu tenho tanto medo quanto qualquer outra pessoa de me machucar, sobretudo guiando um carro de corrida. O perigo é constante. Because that was the way to kind of cover that impact that had on me. I was just not ready to give up. As much as I was scared to continue, I was not ready to give up my aim, my target, my objective, my passion, my dream, my life. This is my life. As far as I hear, he's out of danger, life danger, which is a lot considering the accident. And as it happened to him, can happen to any of us. There are some things that you can calculate, but there are things which are unexpected. And those unexpected things are the most dangerous ones, like it happened to him today. I hope we don't see those things in the future.
Amazingly, for the third time in a row, the championship hinged on the race in Japan. But this time, if Prost didn't finish, Ayrton would be champion.
Gentlemen, morning. The numbers of laps from green light to checkered flag will be 53 laps. Dangerous behavior and or dangerous maneuver will be investigated immediately and may lead to suspension of the license for one or more Formula 1 World Championships events. Any questions? Yes.
It was a big fuck up last year with Ayrton. Why? We have to repeat the same thing. The safe thing is, if you miss your cane, the steward stop you. All right. I have no traffic, let you go. If you have to turn around and go backwards against another car, that's much dangerous.
Okay.
Does everybody feel? Thank you very much. Huh? I can't stand it. I can't stand this. It's a joke. After what happened last year, it's a joke, this situation. You just prove here, I said nothing, and you see somebody raising the point, and you see everybody agree. And last year was really bad for me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I have to.
The story down in the pit lane and on the grid is one of tension. With the World Championship up for grabs, everyone is extremely tense. Ayrton Senna actually walked out of the drivers' meeting today. He thinks that the pole position should be on the left-hand side of the grid, not on the right.
Pole position was his, and then suddenly pole position was mysteriously moved to the dirty side of the circuit, which he felt was unjust.
That decision influenced by Ballet, I know that, we know that. I was fucked many times by the system. I told myself, today is no way. Today has to be my way. I don't care what happens, it has to be my way.
And Senna sprints away, but Alain Prost takes the lead. Senna is trying to go through on the inside. And a collision.
Aí a batida.
Senna has been hit. Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna have come together again, and they are both off the racetrack. This is unbelievable.
A batida dos dois e aí se seguir a prova é final de campeonato.
We don't know yet whether we're going to see a red flag. We haven't seen any yet, so it looks as if the race is going to continue.
O campeonato está terminado e Ayrton Senna é o campeão de 1990.
That's a very sad way for this year's World Championship to finish.
Can you tell us what happened on the first lap, Ayrton?
Well, unfortunately we touched in the first corner when we were fighting for the lead, and we both went off.
I think that's because the pole position is on the wrong side of the track here. You wanted to change that.
Absolutely. You fight, you break your to be on pole, and then they put you on the wrong side of the circuit.
How do you feel about being world champion?
It's not a bad feeling at all, is it?
Congratulations.
What was very clear with Ayrton when he got back is that his body language, his mannerisms showed that he was in massive conflict. He was certainly not proud of himself, certainly not reveling in the fact that this had determined the World Championship.
Let me ask you another difficult question. If I were to count back all the world champions, the number of times they had made contact with other drivers, that you in the last 36 months or 48 months have been in contact with more other cars and drivers than they might have done in total.
I find amazing for you to make such a question, Stuart, because you are very experienced and you know a lot about racing. And you should know that by being a racing driver, you are under risk all the time. And by being a racing driver means you are racing with other people. And if you no longer go for a gap that exists, you're no longer a racing driver, because we are competing to win. And the main motivation to all of us is to compete for a victory. It's not to come third, fourth, fifth, or sixth.
But hasn't that always been the case?
Well, I think it's all irrelevant. All what you're saying, Jack, is really irrelevant. Because I'm a driver that won more races than anybody over the past 3 years. I'm a driver that is being on pole position more than anybody in history. And I'm a driver that won 2 titles in the past 3 years. And I don't think I cannot comprehend how you can try to turn things around to say that I be involved in more accidents than anybody, because that is not true as well.
Deux des plus grands champions de l'histoire de la Formule 1 dans le sable pour un final raté. Chacun accuse l'autre. Le plus meurtri, c'est bien sûr Prost. Réaction épidermique.
L'envie de lui mettre mon poing dans la figure m'a traversé l'esprit et j'ai tellement été dégoûté, vraiment, j'ai même pas eu l'envie parce que je crois qu'il me dégoûte profondément.
Senna versus Prost, which went on for a couple of seasons more, was just absolutely wonderful for Formula One's